Busch are going to lead the field to the green flag today.
And right behind those playoff drivers, you look at Matt DiBenedetto, Austin Dillon back in row 8, going to be considered two drivers that have a good chance today. Ricky Stenhouse back in row 11. He could be an upset to those playoff guys. He's found success at plate tracks before.
Drivers looking.
All right, hello everyone. I am BowserJrXD. I didn't realize we were skipping like a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to start reading off the starting grid. Starting 40th, driving the number 96, Carnomaly Toyota for the Gaunt brothers, Landon Castle. Starting 39th, driving the number 66, Toyota for MBM, David Starr. Starting 38th, driving the number 16, Leaf Filter Gutter Protection Chevrolet for Colleague Racing, Justin Haley. Starting 37th, driving the number 15, Boommobile Chevrolet. Actually, no, sorry. James Davison is in the 66, but Boommobile Chevrolet for Rick Ware Racing, Garrett Smithley. Starting 36th, driving the number 53, Spark Chevrolet for Rick Ware Racing, Joey Gase. Starting 35th, driving the number 00, 8-Ball Chocolate Whiskey Chevrolet. Quinn Houff for Starcom. Starting 34th for the number 52, Junctions Fuel Ford for Rick Ware Racing. Josh Bilicki. Starting 33rd, driving the number 77, Brandt Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports, Justin Allgaier. I'm gonna put this on Twitter. Reese.
Thank you to the guys at Toyota. Great shot today with Christopher.
I gotta put this somewhere.
All right, before we get the green flag to get this race underway, let's go back to pit road, and we'll start with Marty Snyder.
Rick, the Sunny D on board will bring us views from Ricky.
Okay, starting 32nd, starting number 78, NASCAR 21 Ignition Ford, BJ McLeod for Live Fast Motorsports. Starting 31st, starting the number 51, Nurtec ODT Chevrolet, Cody Ware for Rick Ware Racing. Starting 30th, starting the number 38, Ford for Front Row Motorsports, Anthony Alfredo. Starting 29th, starting the number 7, Shelter Cisterns Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports, Corey LaJoie. Starting 28th for the number 41, Autodesk HaasTooling.com Ford for Stuart Haas Racing, Cole Custer. Starting 27th for the number 37, Kroger Velveeta Chevrolet for JTG Doherty Racing, Ryan Priest. Starting 26th, starting the number 43, U.S. Air Force Special Warfare Chevrolet, Eric Jones. Starting, sorry, I'm very distracted. I'm trying to get everything in because I didn't expect this to start like this. Starting 25th, for the number 6, Kohler Generators Ford for Roush Fenway Racing, Ryan Newman. Starting 24th, for the number 17, Violet Defense Ford for Roush Fenway Racing, Chris Buescher. Starting 23rd, for the number 42, Clover Chevrolet for Chip Ganassi Racing, Ross Chastain. Starting 20th. 22nd, for the number 2034, Loves Travel Stops Ford for Front Row Motorsports, Michael McDowell. Starting 21st, for the number 47, Sunny D Chevrolet, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Going into the top 20, driving the number 20, number 10, Smithfield Ford. Starting 20th for Stuart Haas Racing, Eric Almirola. Starting 19th, from the number 23, McDonald's Toyota for 2311 Racing, Bubba Wallace. Starting 18th, for the number 99, Good Sam Chevrolet for Team Trackhouse, Daniel Suarez. Starting 17th, driving the number 14, Rush Truck Center's Mobile One Delvac Ford for Stuart Haas Racing, Chase Briscoe. Starting 16th, driving the number 3, Brestree Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, Austin Dillon. Starting 15th, driving the number 21, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Center Ford for the Wood Brothers, Matt DiBenedetto. Starting 14th, driving the number 1, Monster Energy Chevrolet for Chip Ganassi Racing, Kurt Busch. Starting 13th, driving the number 8, Realtree Chevrolet for Richard Childress Racing, Tyler Reddick. Now for the playoff drivers. Starting 12th, driving the number 20, Ream Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, Christopher Bell. Starting 11th, from the number 48, Ally Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Alex Bowman. Starting 10th, driving the number 24 Exalta Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, William Byron. Starting 9th, driving the number 4 Busch Light Hunt for Busch Ford, hashtag Hunt for Busch Ford for Stewart Haas Racing, Kevin Harvick. Starting 8th, driving the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford for Team Penske, Joey Logano. Starting 7th, driving the number 2 Discount Tire Ford for Team Penske, Brad Keselowski. And it started raining. Starting 6th, driving the number 19 Bass Pro Shops Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing is Martin Truex Jr. This is why we should have run the race on Friday, maybe. Starting 5th, driving the number 5 Cincinnati Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Kyle Larson. Starting 4th, number 12 Menards Maytag Ford, Ryan Blaney. 3rd, number 9 Adrenaline Shock Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports, Chase Elliott. 2nd, number 18 M&M's Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing, Kyle Busch. And starting 1st, the 11 FedEx Express Toyota, Denny Hamlin.
Once you get into the car, once you start pace laps, and it begins to rain, and you have to pull down pit road, wait this out, allow them to drive the track again.
Let me check chat real quick. I didn't, because I've been
when the drivers sort of start to lose their patience a little bit.
Nobody.
I hope that's not the case. We'll see what they do with the cars as they come back here on the front stretch. Mentioned it was just in front of us. We're on the front stretch here, just a little past the tri-oval here at Talladega, and it was raining hard enough that it was difficult to see the backstretch from where we're.
I'll stay here for as long as I have to.
And looking out, they're going to keep them out on the racetrack. They're going to go around once again, take a look at the track conditions. I know there was a jet dryer that was up in turn 2.
We waited an extra 2 hours to get this started, and now it's going to shit again.
It does. As the field continues to work around, you still can see a little bit of the precipitation that's happening here on the front stretch. Like we mentioned, this track is so big, it's not even raining on the back stretch, but it's raining on the front stretch.
And drivers, we've seen, there's certain tracks on the circuit that a little sprinkle here or there. You can't have a wet surface, but you can run in a little bit of sprinkle. This is not one, Jeff, that I would think you can have any sort of precipitation between the speed and the size. We saw an issue at New Hampshire where cars drove off into a wet end of the racetrack. This place being so big, NASCAR has to just make sure there's no weather at either end.
Yeah, you heard Christopher Bell when we interviewed him on the in-car radio. He said the track was still wet up in 1 and 2. They said dryers over there that were drying that, and now they're going to have to do that again. You said it, Junior. It's so frustrating. You've waited all day, and we talked.
Wow.
The pressure's real. I mean, the playoff pressure's real, and now, you got all hamped up. You're ready to go. Starts raining again. You got to go through all those emotions again. So frustrating.
Well, we mentioned, we know the fans are here. We're exciting you folks at home are ready to see a race, but let's remind everybody what happened in New Hampshire back in July. Seems like a normal race, and then all of a sudden a rain shower down in 1 and 2. Cars go in. Kyle Busch.
Problem is with Talladega, the weather is crappy all week.
That's at a 1-mile racetrack where speeds are a bit slower. What we're asking these drivers to do as race fans and as broadcasters to go in and drive at 188 miles an hour, inches apart, 500 miles here at Talladega. NASCAR has the obligation to make sure this circuit is ready for competition, and I think at this point they're going to have to bring the field down pit road. What we're hearing, that will allow the track jet dryers to get back out there, start working on this racetrack.
I'll restart when we're ready, but oh my god.